Hello everyone. I hope you all are doing wonderfully well. My name is Amsal Male and I will be your teacher for this crypto trading journey. Without waiting any further, let's jump into it. First, in the beginning, I would like you all to read this quote and to think about this. This is a quote written and said by an investor and the financial guru Warren Buffett, which I hope we all knows about since we are in this crypto journey. So he says that never invest in a business you can't understand. So due to this reason, I have designed this a short intro video so that you could understand more about what this Bitcoin is and how you can all be benefit using its trading so that you become part of this crypto journey not as a gambler but as an investor who understands in what he is investing in. So at first I would like to show you how the money has been evolutionized from the start of this world. So when there was a need for a trade, when there was a need to exchange the commodities, at first the world started using the barter system. The barter system is the most simplest of system for trading, which basically means that you exchange a commodity in return for a commodity. For example, if you need a bag of rice, for example, you will give a cow to the person and he will give you the rice. Of course, it had numerous problems, and then the world moved to metal coins. So basically, they have this trust in this metal piece that yes, it represents some sort of value, and it started using it for trading. And then we all know the paper money and the plastic cards and the electronic money, which we are right now living in the age of modern era, it is being used. However, there was a limitation, and that limitation was that this paper money, plastic cards, and electronic money, all known as fiat currency, is being controlled by the Federal Reserve System. Now, it is good that the government regulates it, but however, it has a problem that it is controlled by a centralized party, and the decision of that party would impact all of those using this money. And we all are aware of the inflation and how the inflation kept on going because sometimes of the wrong decisions. And it came to the notice that during the recession of 2008, a person known as Satoshi Nakamoto developed this cryptocurrency and basically a Bitcoin. So basically, the Bitcoin was developed on the technology of blockchain and that they it implies a decentralized network. It means that the transaction record is being saved on a public ledger, and anyone on the internet can see that what a person is buying or selling. So this blockchain technology is basically, in layman terms, that these are the block represents the transaction information, and each block has a unique reference number, and that unique reference number depends on the previous block, and and that previous block reference number depend on its previous block. So each block is being connected, and each reference number is uniquely dependent. So as this whole blocks whole information on transaction is saved on every computer on the internet, one cannot hack it or one cannot change it or manipulate it for its advantage. So this was the basic understanding of how this works. Now, how exactly the Bitcoin blockchain works is a little complicated, and there's no such need to understand this, but it will be to your advantage. For example, if your friend will ask you or someone will ask you why are you investing in this and how it works, it would be better that you would be able to explain this to them. So as the process starts, and there's a transaction between two persons. For example, one person sends the Bitcoin to other. So when this transaction occurs, a block needs to be formed. However, this reference number is quite complicated and is being generated using numerous mathematical and statistical concepts. So what the miner does is that it has a supercomputer, and that computer is being used to solve that puzzle and to generate that reference number. And when this has been done, so the verification by the miners has been done, the transaction is being approved and the transaction is being conducted. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Let's meet in the second video. So hello everyone and welcome to the second course and the second lecture of our course. So basically in this lecture we will discuss some of the useful terms of the crypto market. In the start, it is the BTC, which is basically the symbol or the short form of the Bitcoin. And basically, the Bitcoin or BTC is the king of the crypto market because it was the first one to originate in this cryptocurrency segment. And due to this reason, a lot depends on the movement of the pricing of the Bitcoin. Secondly, there are coins known as altcoins or short form alts, which are all the coins except the Bitcoin. Then there is an entry and exit, which is basically the entry and exit price of whatever project you were trading in. Then there's a thing known as long. Long is basically when the investors or when an individual or someone is expecting the price to go up. They are basically predicting the price to go up. Short is basically they when the individuals are predicting the price to go down. Then there's a mining, which we have already discussed in terms of miners. So mining is basically that process of generating power to approve the transaction so that the transaction could happen successfully. Then there is a term known as hodl, which is a quite important word because it means that you should never sell in a loss. You should hold onto that assets and onto that projects in which you are currently in loss, and you should not panic sell them. Then there's a term known as whales, which is used to refer to the huge investors which have a lot of funds available, and they are the owners of a lot of Bitcoin. Then there are two types of trend in the crypto market. Either it is bearish or either it is bullish. Bearish trend is where the market prices are going continuously downwards in a long term, like in a day or let's say in a week, it has been continuously going down. A bullish trend is also known as an uptrend, is where the prices are continuously going up in different time frames. Then there is pump and dump, which is basically done in the shit coins, such as a Dogecoin would be a great example, which was at a certain level, it was surging at around 0.64, 0.7, and something like that, and then it suddenly falls. So basically, the pump and dump usually happens in these type of coins which has no fundamental problem solving value or no fundamental project. Then there is ICO, which is initial coin offering, and there is IEO, which is initial exchange offering. And as an initial beginner, you might not need these words, but in a layman term, this is the basic. When a project is being launched, these are the basic price being set. Then there's another important term known as FUD or FUD. FUD is basically creating fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and we all know how this has been done during the recent times where when there is when there's a lack of certainty and when the investors are calling that Bitcoin will soon be dead, but it happens every time so that the Bitcoin would go further down and so that they can buy these coins in a really cheap price. Then there's the term known as shitcoin, which is basically a bad project, which I've already explained, which have no aims and pointless aims and have no team. Then there is a hype, which is, for example, uh, up. You can take this in a layman language that a coin is hyped so much that all the investors are putting in, and this might be the case with the like the hype created for the Dogecoin could be an example. Then there is FOMO. FOMO is basically when all the prices are going up and up, and we all feel like we might miss an opportunity to make the profit. And this is basically fear of missing out. So, one tip which I would like to give you all is that we should never operate with our emotions in this market. We should all try to be as logical as possible. Then there is ATH, which is all-time high, and then there is ATL, which is obviously all-time low. So, for example, all-time high would be that how much this currency has touched the maximum price which a coin has touched, and all-time low would be the minimum price which this coin has touched. And then there is DeFi, which is basically decentralized finance, which is used for loans. For example, Uniland, a project which is used for this. And then there is DEX or DEX, which is decentralized exchange such as Uniswap. So moving on, I would like to tell you a very important website which you all would need, and it is basically the coin market cap. You could also use CoinGecko, which is another similar website, but website is important because it tells you about the data of all the coins. For example, if you look at this that what is the 24-hour volume, okay, and what is the current market cap and how much it has increased or decreased over the year, and what is the total market cap. So it tells you all this. And if you want to search about any project, for example, if you want to see about the Binance coin, you can just click here, and then you can see that it has all the details. For example, how much it has went up in the last 24 hours. And one important aspect is this market. It shows you basically from where you can buy this coin. For example, you can buy this obviously from the Binance, or you can buy this from the FTX or KuCoin. So these are basically all types of exchanges where you can purchase it. And so in order to, before purchasing any project, you would need to see that you would need to study that how this coin is performing and where it is ranked. So basically, it is recommended to purchase those coins which falls in the top 100 or even top 50 category. So hello everyone. I hope you all are doing well. So welcome to the third lecture of this crypto journey. So in this lecture, we will discuss about the tradingview.com. Basically, tradingview.com is the platform which provides you with the latest price updates and latest details about where the price is going. So basically, this is the most widest used platform for the chart studies because we need to conduct the technical analysis, and technical analysis can only be conducted on a chart. So you would need the access to this website tradingview.com. However, you would need to create an account, but I would recommend you to create a free account before investing or before earning anything. You should have a basic free account. So here, as you can see, we have different type of markets available. For example, cryptocurrencies, or you can also deal in stocks or stocks like Apple, Amazon, Netflix, Tesla, Facebook, and other types of bonds and everything. And here you can see it provides you with different information. However, what we would need is to just go here and make sure you have the launch chart set here, and then write what we need. Write the name of the coin which you need to search. For example, here we can write BTC. One thing which I would like to highlight here is that for example, if you are trading, for example, if you want to get a chocolate, obviously you would have to pay him in terms of dollar. So here as well, you have to trade. We are trading in BTC. However, you need to give up something in order to get that BTC. And the thing which you need to give up, like for example, one common coin is USDT. Don't worry, I'll explain to you USDT later. But for example, if you are giving up USDT and getting the BTC, so you would need to select this, write down the symbol. And as you know, in the previous lecture, we discussed what the BTC is. BTC is basically the symbol of Bitcoin. So here you need to write this, and secondly, you need to select accordingly, like which exchange you are trading on. For example, if you're trading on Binance, then you would need to select this. And if you are trading on Bybit, then you need to select this. So right now, we'll consider that we are trading on Binance and we need to click here. So as soon as we click here, it will launch this chart. No, this chart would freak some of you out, but there's no need to freak out. There's always a learning stage, and I was at your stage at once as well. So there's no need to freak out. However, it is important to note that as soon as you will click here, the chart which is launched is a line chart. However, for technical analysis, we would need a candle chart. So there needs to be some sort of settings in order to get there, in order to be a professional trader and to understand the dynamics of markets. As you can see that in the line graph, we don't have enough details. However, in the candle chart, we would have some details. So how to set that candle chart is basically to go here, click on this option, and then select candles. And as you can see, we can now see the candlestick start. Then one another important area to note is this area where it is D written. So basically, this is basically the time frame which the chart is representing. For example, if this is the candle and if this is one of the candles, so this one candle is representing a day. And as soon as I click here, for example, on 4 hours, now this candle is representing 4 hours. So each candle is representing 4 hours. So in this way, each candle, each time frame would have different types of pattern, and we would need to react accordingly. So basically, you need to set this time accordingly. Another important, and yeah, while we are going through the time frame, it is important to note that 4 hours and 1 hour chart is mostly used if you are trading for, like for example, for a week or for a 2 week in or for or even for some days. However, if you're just trading for if you want to just start your trade at the beginning or end and end as soon as possible, you are in the profit, you would need a smaller time frame. More on this later on. Another important area is this area, because here you can directly search about any of the symbol. For example, if you need to search about Ethereum, which is the second most widely used cryptocurrency, you can type here as well Ethereum USDT. So we are not going here, but I was just showing you. So in this way, you can basically set the chart. Another important area to note that this on the right side of the y-axis, you are being shown with the prices, and you can adjust it according to your needs. However, you can also zoom in and zoom out and move as you want so that you can see clearly. And as soon as you right click on this, you would be presented with multiple type of settings. So one common setting could be the color theme, which I usually set dark. However, there's the preference for everyone, and you can set it with your preference. And as soon as you click here, so basically it would show you settings, and as soon as you click on settings, it would give you the settings for this candle. So you can easily change the color for any candle if you want. For example, if I'm selecting this, and if I'm selecting, for example, this, so it is totally up to you which color you set. And most commonly the green color is set for the candles forming for the bullish candles. Now, what is bullish candle? As discussed in the previous lecture, bullish basically means when the prices are going up. So the green candles are usually set up to show that uptrend of the price, and the red candles are usually used to show the downtrend. However, all traders use this according to their own, and you can customize it easily. In the on the left hand, there are some important tools. This is the basically the cross or arrow where it could be used to zoom in, zoom out, and here is basically multiple tools as well. For example, if you need a trend line, what a trend line does is you can draw easily here from here. So this basically might show you a trend, or if you could use here, if you could select here trend line as well, and you can click here and click here. So basically, this is showing you a downtrend. Moreover, you could also use other types of tool here, like horizontal ray, like it would completely go over your whole chart. And there are other types of tools as well. One another tool is if you want to draw, you can just select a brush and you can draw easily. For example, if you want to show this wick, you can select here. If you want to select here, then this. You can also type some sort of text. For example, just click here and then just click here on the chart, and then you can type anything you wish, like for example lecture 3, and you can click OK. You can edit it and in any sort, in any way. You can zoom in any way. And yeah, this is one of another important tool, which is basically major. So if you want to see how much percentage the price has surged, just click here. For example, if I want to see how much it has surged over the previous some days. So I would start click here and then take it up, 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 and then stop here. And now I can see that it has surged around 18%. So these are some of the important tools. And another important factor here is this indicator. So if you want any sort of indicator, which we will discuss later on, but how to install any indicator is with this option. So I hope you enjoyed this video as well. Let's meet in the next recording.